We'll go ahead and settle in. Allow yourself to arrive sitting in a nice, comfortable, easy seat, Sukhasana. Cross-legged seat. You can sit on your shins if you'd rather. And if you have a prop to elevate the hips, I invite you to sit on top of it. It'll lengthen the spine, let the hips drop a little bit. And however you land, just notice, begin to feel, observe any sensations that stand out to you. Noticing if the weight is leaning forward or back, right or left, and make a micro adjustment to draw yourself to center. Draw the base of the skull slightly back, slight lift of the heart. Let the palms come over the knees, face up to receive or face down to let something go. Begin to notice the breath, observing how it feels to breathe in your body today. If it feels okay to breathe in and out of the nose or a combination of nose and mouth. And if it's only comfortable to breathe through your mouth, I invite you to just slow down that breath. All together, we'll inhale, fill up for a 6 count. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once more. Inhale, fill up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, send the palms up overhead. Reach up, reach for what you want. Exhale, cactus the arms. Draw the elbows down, lift the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw the thumbs into the sternum. I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Feel the energy flowing in and out of your heart. And observe what thought immediately pops in your mind. And if nothing comes to moment, then I offer the intention of playfulness. Having a little fun, not taking anything too seriously. It's Monday. Let this be your silly hour to just be and breathe. Inhale, send the palms up overhead. And then exhale, open twist to the right. We'll send the left palm to the right thigh, right fingertips can tent up behind you. Flutter the eyes open if you like. Option to gaze over that back shoulder. Inhaling for a little length, exhaling to deepen the twist. Inhale, send the arms forward and up. Twisting back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right palm finds the left thigh, left fingertips tent up behind you. Keeping that spine nice and tall. Inhale for a little length. Exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, coming back to center. And exhale, let them land in the lap, maybe on the knees or just stacked in the lap, wherever they fall. We'll make some torso circles, moving through the core. Anchor the left hip down, moving clockwise. And as the head and the heart find their way on the right side, notice if that hip begins to lift. And as you make your circle, maybe the other hip lifts. So anchor both hips down the best you can. Moving nice and easy, slow and controlled. Observing any stagnant sensations, stickiness. Leaning in and hang out in any angle along the way that feels really nice to you. We'll gently switch direction. And if you begin to feel dizzy, slow it down. Keep your head a little more upright, working higher. And we'll gently come to stillness here. Send the shoulders back, let them melt away from the ears. Palms out wide. We'll make some circles. Palms up. Cultivating energy. Building a little bit of heat. Allow these circles to grow bigger and bigger. Rolling out the shoulder, letting that tension just dissolve. Flip your palms and change the direction of your circle. Maybe the circle grows from big to small this time. Stay in a range that feels natural to you, or playfully explore. Then gently swim the palms so they come to opposite shoulders. Elbows are stacked. We'll inhale, send the elbows up to the sky. Seated cat-cow variation. Exhale, round in, elbows to navel, chin to chest. Inhale, elbows to sky, let the belly expand. Exhale, elbows into the navel. Inhale, elbows to sky. Exhale, round your back like a Halloween cat. Inhale, rise. And exhale, round in. Gently release your palms. We'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Swim that left hand out to the side. You can tent on fingertips if you like. And this arm at the side will help you to keep a tall spine. You can relax your hand. If you want a little more sensation, plant your palm on the ground and glide it towards your thigh. Press the ground away from you. Draw the right ear even closer to the right shoulder. So you may play with distance with the hand away from the thigh or close to the thigh, palm down or tented fingers, finding the sensation that serves you. Feeling that neck lengthen. A lot of us have phone neck where we're just leaning down at a screen or a keyboard or driving. Just let all of that wash out. And gently send the right palm up overhead, just above the left ear, guiding that right ear closer to your shoulder. Relax the left hand. And if you find you lose the sensation, draw your left shoulder and elbow slightly back while drawing that right ear closer to the shoulder. You might feel the sensation radiate all the way down the arm. You might feel it in your shoulder blades, the chest. Notice if you're clenching the jaw, let the jaw have a small part between the teeth. Tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Inhale, press your head up into your hand. Slowly release your right palm. We'll find a no motion, strong, steady no, looking left and center and looking right. It's like a little owl, except we're not going to turn all the way around. And then gently we'll drop the right ear, or the left ear rather, left ear to the left shoulder. If you did the other side, just do the side you didn't do. And feel the ear growing closer, heavier to the shoulder. Option to send that right hand out to the side. Perhaps fingers are tented, or maybe the palm comes down. Exploring those variations. Notice if you're holding your breath, come back to a natural flowing breath. Or that 6 count breath if you find the mind wandering. We'll gently send the left palm up overhead, placing it just above the right ear, maybe on the crown of the head. Relax the right palm. Maybe draw that right shoulder slightly back. Boosting circulation to the brain, oxygen. And then gently press your head into your hand to come upright. Release your palm. We'll find that no motion once more, slowly looking to one side, like a slow owl. And then gently to the other side. And then if it feels okay, we'll make some circles here. So slowly, either direction, we'll roll it out. One ear to one shoulder. And then the other, if it feels okay, make a complete circle, dropping the base of the skull back, chin to the sky, and lingering anywhere along the way that feels really nice to you or necessary. If it feels like a stopping point is calling to you, hang out there and join back in when you're ready. We'll gently come to stillness, head is upright, and we'll uncross the ankles, rock forward. We'll come into a wide child's pose. So knees are wide, big toes touching. Send the arms long in front of you. Let the head and the heart melt down to the ground. Feel the crown of the head reaching forward and tailbone sits bones reaching behind you. Lengthen the spine. This is a mild inversion. And blood flow coming to your brain. Coming inward here, perhaps you revisit the intention you set for today's practice, remembering why you came to your mat. Gently stack your palms, staying low. Anchor the left hip down, and we'll crawl the head and the heart over to the right side. Nice side body stretch here. You can unstack the palms, soften the shoulders. Inhale, crawl back to center, staying low, reach long. Switch the stack of the palms and then make your way over to the left side. Anchor the right hip down. And once you're on the left side, maybe unstack the palms if you'd like, soften the shoulders there, but keep that side body stretch. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, melt down. Gently, we'll roll forward. So keep your forearms low, rock the body weight forward, slide the knees together, slide the toes to the back of the mat, lowering the tops of the thighs to the mat, draw the heart through the shoulders, press through the tops of the feet, lift the heart, navel just above the mat. And then exhale, lower down. Bring your palms outside your chest. Inhale, lift the head and the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the head and the heart once more. Stay through the exhale. Lift a little higher. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, hover the hands, press through the tops of the feet, lift the head and the heart. And stay through the exhale. Inhale, lift. Hover the toes. And exhale, lower it down. Bring your hands outside the top of your mat, elbows to sky. And inhale, lift the head and the heart. Exhale, drop your left shoulder and your left ear, gaze goes right. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder and your right ear, gaze goes left. Inhale, center. One more set. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Drop your left shoulder and your left ear, gaze goes right. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, right ear, gaze goes left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower in the center. Draw the palms back by the chest. Tuck your toes and press up onto the knees. We'll sit back up on the heels. So walk the fingers towards the knees. Coming into fire toes. Option to play with the weight on the toes here. So you'll find the pinky toe tends to come away from the other toes, and you may want to spread the pinky toe manually with your hands. If you're anything like me, a blanket under the knees can be really awesome here. If this is intense on the feet, I invite you to just rock the weight slightly forward, coming up off the toes. And then as you feel safe in the body or curious, you can put weight back into the feet. So stretching out the feet helps to align the body. When our feet are misaligned, it affects the knee, the hip, and the shoulder. And we'll gently untuck the toes. You can rock forward, release one foot and the other, tap them out for a little applaud, or just let sensation disappear on its own. Sitting back on the heels, bring your fingertips by your mid-thigh, tented, and we'll float the knees for an ankle stretch, pressing through the tops of the feet. And this is going to be intense if it's the first few times. With practice, you won't really feel much sensation and may even begin to balance, bringing your hands up. So if there is a strong sensation in the feet, I promise you won't break your foot. And then gently lower as you feel ready. We'll rock forward into a tabletop. And we'll find some intuitive movement here. Spread your fingers wide, hips are over your knees. A blanket under the knees, or if you don't have a blanket, you can always roll up your mat to whatever amount of layers you want for cushion and put that under your knees. We'll inhale, send the right hand high, and then exhale, thread the needle, right arm under the left, right shoulder drops, right ear drops. Spider crawl the left fingertips to the top of your mat, press your hips back. You feel the low back and shoulder release, belly towards your thighs. And then gently draw the left palm back by your face, press into the ground, send the right arm high, reach up. And then exhale, lower the hand. Inhale, left hand reaches high to the sky. Exhale, swing that left arm under the right. Left ear to the ground, left shoulder to the ground. Spider crawl the right fingertips to the top of the mat. Press your hips back. Then gently glide your right palm by your face. Press into the ground to send the left hand high. Reach up. And then exhale, lower that left palm. We'll come up onto fists here. And find some cat-cows on our fists. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round your back for cat, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Gently release the palms, walk the hands forward for puppy pose. Hips stay over your knees, melt the head and the heart down. Maybe the forehead comes down today. Maybe the heart, the chest. Maybe the chin comes down. And if you're super warm and bendy and open in the shoulders, you can drop the elbows down. Bring the palms together and find the palms behind the base of the skull, thumbs down. You can also prop your elbows or your arms in blocks if you want more shoulder opening. If your arms are behind you, gently send them forward. And we'll gently roll forward onto our belly. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. Press up onto the knees. And with tucked toes, send the hips over the heels for an elevated child's pose. Reach the arms long in front of you. Let the belly hang on the thighs. Inhale, roll forward into your tabletop. Untuck your mat if you have it in your way, or leave it if you want it and you're using it under the knees. We're going to send the right foot outside the left. So like a warrior two leg, the toes will point to the right. Swivel the back leg just off of the mat. Press down through the left hand, reach the right arm up. Stack the shoulders, press the hips forward, draw your sharp shoulder and your hip back. So left hip forward, right hip back. And as you feel ready and stable, press yourself up, arms to a T. Inhale, press your palms up overhead. Then exhale, reverse. Right arm slides down the right thigh, left arm overhead. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands to the top of the mat, pivot all 10 toes to the top of the mat. And lower the right knee to meet the left. Send the left leg to the back of the mat. So the toes are facing the left side of the mat. Swivel your right leg just off of the mat. Press through the right hand, reach the left hand high. And then gently press yourself up, press through the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, press the palms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two arms. Inhale, reach to the right arm high, left arm slides down your leg. Pull up out of the waist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat, pivot all 10 toes to face the top of the mat. Draw the left knee to meet the right. We'll take a tucked toe child's pose. So tuck your toes, hips over the heels. Walk the hands forward, sink the belly over the thighs. Rolling forward like a wave. Roll forward, back to our tabletop. Tuck with tucked toes, hover the knees. Inhale, press the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Walking our dog, bending into one knee and the other. Really make this your own here. Bend into the elbows, relax your neck. Bend generously into the knees. Really let the belly graze the thighs. Sink the heels down to the mat. Maybe you drop them side to side, keeping the shoulders level. Really making this your own. We'll gently roll forward like a wave. And then drop the knees, hips over the heels. Lower the forehead down. Gently walk the fingertips towards the knees. Untuck your toes. And we'll swing the legs out to the side. Excuse me, I have a little bit of allergies. It's not a cold as far as I'm aware. We'll gently send the right leg out to the right side. Sole of the left foot will come to the right inner thigh. So situate your hips. You might want a blanket underneath you. And we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, gentle twist to the right and fold forward over that right leg. Forehead can come down to your knee. Top of the head could come to the thigh. You can keep a deep bend in the knee or a baby bend in the knee. And if you're not using any props, you can put both palms underneath your calf to keep that bend in the knee. We'll inhale for length, reaching the crown of the head towards your foot. Flex your toes towards your face. And then exhale, fold a little deeper or just breathe a little slower. Feeling length and sensation in the low back and hamstring. Letting go of all that stagnant energy from sitting or driving. And gently roll yourself up. Take a counter twist over the bent knee. So tighten your fingers outside the bent thigh. Slight dip of the heart forward. Anchor the right hip down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh. Reach the left arm up. And then reach towards your foot. So maybe the right palm comes to the left thigh. And the left forearm can hang out on your head. Maybe you've captured your foot and you fold it all the way down like I don't know, a twisted pretzel. What do we call this one? Somebody come up with a name for this one and let me know. And then gently allow your shoulders to soften, hips soften, keeping the shape breathable. And gently make your way up on your next inhale. And relax your hands. We'll send the left leg long. Draw the right foot, sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. Notice if the hips need to be adjusted. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, gentle twist over the lengthened leg and fold. So forehead maybe comes to the knee. Crown of the head can come to the top of the thigh. Maybe this side needs a deeper bend than the last side. Hands can come to the calf or the foot. If your leg is flat to the ground, flex your toes. If your foot is accessible, maybe you capture it. And feel that length in the low back. Nice release. Inhale, gently roll up. Exhaling, little bow over the bent knee. Anchor the left hip down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Reach the right arm up and arc over. Maybe you capture your foot. Left palm can find that right thigh if you like. I like to rest my bicep over my face, or maybe the forearm just on top of the head. Maybe you capture the foot on this side. If you do, draw your heart forward, shoulders back. Keeping that side body stretch. Then inhale, gently come up, moving with care. If there's any discomfort in the neck, just find a little bit of circles or a little motion, whatever motion feels good to you, just little wiggles. We'll send the right leg long for a wide leg forward fold here. So if you have props at home and you want to fold forward over it, I invite you to just set it up right in front of you for your head or your torso. You can put rolled up towels or rolled up blanket underneath the knee, or just keep a bend in the knee. So the bend in the knee will protect your low back. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. So you're going to hinge at the hips, lead with the heart. Fingers will touch the ground first. You can play with the distance in the leg or the bend in the knees. We'll inhale, create space, lean a little bit forward, reach with the crown of your head. And then exhale, fold a little deeper. And then walk the fingertips forward. Inhale, reach for what you want. Exhale, fold. And you can keep crawling like this, a little slow crawl. And folding in one day, or maybe within minutes, you will be all the way down to the ground, or seconds, just depending on where you're at today. Not forcing, playfully exploring. Maybe your peace fingers come to the big toes and you use the strength of your arms to draw your heart forward. Proud heart. Relax your neck. And then inhale, gently walk your fingertips towards your hips. Lift the head and the heart with care. Head comes up last. Draw the soles of the feet together for a wide diamond. So send the heels a little further away from you. We'll inhale, reach up. And then exhale, slide your forearms under your calves. Palms come to the tops of your feet. Draw the crown of the head forward. Maybe the forehead comes towards the toes or the heels. You can round the chin into your chest. Coming inward, observing the sensation in the outer hips. Gently rise, slide the forearms out from under the legs, draw the heels in closer to the hips. Bring the hands around your toes, flap your butterfly wings. Little bit of silliness. Little bit of heat building, keeping that circulation in the hips. Getting rid of that stagnant energy from sitting. And then gently let that flap come to a stillness. Inhale, send the crown of the head high. Then exhale, hinge at the hips, lead forward. You can fold with a flat back or round your back. There will be a change in how the stretch is happening and where. And in both internal and external rotation of the pelvis can happen here. Maybe the elbows come to the knee creases to help open up those tight areas. And then inhale, gently rise. If you're folded, we'll slide the right knee over the left knee. Go Mukhasana. Wiggle your feet forward. The hips should be situated, anchored. If there's a big gap between the knees, maybe a blanket or a t-shirt, towel could be placed there to just help close that gap. It'll have a grounding sensation. Over time, gravity will help close this gap. And walking the feet forward or back until you find that angle where you can be still. Slightly lift your heart, keep that tall spine, and relax your shoulders. Hands can land wherever feels nice to you. We'll gently switch the stack of the knees in between. You can find any little movements of the ankles or just kind of cradle your knee if you'd like. You can cradle your hip, taking your calf in your hand and your foot, just kind of a little motion. And then stacking the knees, same thing, get the wiggles out, wiggling the feet forward and back until that feels like a place you can be still while stretching the outer hip. So you'll feel that sensation in the hips. And if it's super, super intense, you can always just draw the knee further apart. And this time we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together, draw the palms behind the skull, open the elbows out to the side. Opening the chest, shoulders. Try to seal the palms together while drawing the elbows apart. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the palms. We'll unstack the knees. Coming into a zigzag shape. You'll have the right leg on your right side. So right shin on your right side, left shin in front. Hands to heart center. We're going to find a little motion here, keeping the heat in the hips. You're going to inhale, roll forward up onto your shin, press the hips up, and then exhale, lower. The sole of the foot does not have to touch the inner thigh. A little bit of strength here. Squeeze the hips, squeeze your glutes, and lower on the exhale. You can swim the arms, finding as much playful movement as you like. We'll inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, lower, switching sides, right shin forward, left shin on the left side. And then hands can come to heart center to start, get your balance. Roll forward, press those hips forward and notice how this feels. Then lower down with control. Option to bring the arms out, inhale, press up. And exhale, lower. Lowering and rising with control. The slower you go, the harder it is. Woo! Lots of stability. And then gently lower. Do one more. Gorgeous. Send that left leg back out to the side. Plant the right hand behind you. Left arm's going to go high. And you're going to press the hips up for stargazer. Reach the left arm behind you. Yes, feel that lengthen in the psoas. And then exhale, lower it down. We'll do that once more. Inhale, press up. Yes. And then exhale, lower it down. Switching sides, right leg long, left foot to the right inner thigh, left arm behind you, right arm reaches up. Inhale, roll over the left shin, press up. Exhale, lower. Once more, inhale, press up. And then exhale, lower. Awesome. All right, draw both legs together. Deep, deep bend in the knees. We're gonna shine our hearts forward. Heels are planted, toes are in the air. Fingers together, all 10 fingers pointing forward, but fingers touching. Draw your heart towards your thighs. Now draw the palms down by the hips. Press the ground away from you. Draw the shoulders back. Slide the heels a little bit forward. Exhale, press the heart into the thighs. Feel that hinge at the hips here. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold, still keeping that hinge at the hips. Lead with your heart. Then fingers might come past your toes. Maybe you grab your feet or your calves. You can always work higher. Straighten your legs a little bit more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Option to keep scooting the heels forward. Inhale for length. Exhale, fold. So if you find that you have the flexibility today to comfortably lower the legs all the way down, maybe you grab holds of the feet and bring the forehead to the knees, elbows down below the calves, squeezing elbows into the calves. Flex your toes towards your face, press your heels away from you. Never forcing, simply exploring. Deep bend in the knees is awesome for the low back. And then gently roll on up. We'll scoot the hips a little bit forward if you're all the way folded down. Fingertips will plant behind you so shoulders are under your wrists, or wrists under your shoulders. That would be interesting. Plant the soles of the feet down, knees track forward, toes track forward, altar pose. Press your hips up, drop your neck back, relax your neck. And then exhale, lower it down. One more time. Inhale, press up and relax your neck back. And then exhale, lower it down. Give yourself a squeeze, draw your knees together and roll down to your back. You can find a few rocks and rolls. And then gently come to stillness on your back. You can roll it out side to side in little circles here. Give yourself a big squeeze, grabbing opposite elbows or forearms about 2 inches below your knees. Point your toes and feel the hips begin to drop. One day, the low back will be totally flat to the mat. Make peace fingers and grab your big toes, hook them around your big toes, draw your knees into your armpit. Happy baby. Find a little sway side to side, massaging the lumbar spine. Or perhaps you play with extending one leg long and then the other. Maybe you extend both legs. Pull your toes down towards your face, keeping that low back safe. You can always bend into your knees here. And then gently draw your knees together, shut them like a book, keeping the right shin into the chest and the left leg long. Gently draw the right shin to the outside of the ribs. And feel gravity take hold. Flex your left toes towards your face. Feel that length in the psoas there. Maximum compression. Gently draw that shin, right shin into center. Plant the sole, the right foot on the ground just for a beat. Bump your hips to the right, stacking the right hip over the left. With a bent knee, that right leg will come across the left for a supine twist. Option to stay just like this or send your left heel towards your left glute. Maybe you capture the foot with your hands. Option to straighten the top leg and maybe you capture those right toes with your left hand or maybe the calf. Shoulders are grounded. Allow yourself to have playfulness in this shape. Cat pulling tail. We don't want to pull any cattails, but you can pull your own here. This is not going to harm anybody. So not forcing. And then gently unravel yourself. Send that right leg up and over. Bump your hips back to center. Right leg goes long. Draw the left shin into the chest. Cradle that shin for a moment here. And gently draw the shin to the outside of the left rib cage. Flex your right toes towards your face. Keep your shoulders grounded. And draw your chin back to center. Plant the sole of the left foot on the ground just for a moment. Bump your hips to the left, stacking the left hip directly over the right hip. Bent knee comes across, so left knee comes across the right leg. An option to keep a bend in the knee or straighten the leg. Option to send that right heel towards the right glute. Maybe the left hand comes down and captures those toes. Maybe the right hand captures the left toes or the calf or the shin, or you just reach. Just a visual reference for deepening the stretch over time. And keeping it breathable. Coming back to that 6 count breath if the thoughts are wandering. And then gently release the grip if you have it. Unravel yourself, coming back to center. Bump your hips back to center. Let the legs windshield wiper side to side, right and left. Falling right and left. We'll hook the right ankle over the left knee. Press the right knee away from you. You might scoot the left ankle closer to you. Then option to send the arms through this hole we've created, interlacing fingers behind the left thigh. Draw your right elbow to your right knee and flex your left toes down towards your face. You can straighten the leg or keep a bend in the knee, totally up to you. Maybe you find a little sway. And then gently bend into that left knee if it was straight. Release the grip. Keeping the figure 4, we'll plant the sole of the left foot on the ground and let the legs fall to your left. Option to gaze over the right shoulder. The left leg can come to the knife edge of the foot. Sole of the right foot will be on the ground. Press the right knee away from you. And then inhale, roll over that edge of the left foot so the sole of the foot comes down to the ground. Left sole of the ground, left sole of the foot flat on the ground. Unhook that right ankle, send the left ankle over the right knee, switching sides. Press the left knee away from you. Flex your toes. You can stay right here, or if you'd like to add on, send the hands forward. Draw the right thigh closer into you, interlace knuckles around that thigh. Option to straighten the right leg, flex toes down towards your face, or keep a bend in the knee, drawing the right thigh close to you, pressing the left thigh away from you. Inhale. Exhale, let something go. And then gently release your grip, plant the sole of the foot on the ground. So right foot comes down, and then if it feels okay, we'll drop the sole of the left foot down. So legs will come to the right, keeping the figure 4. Knife edge of the right foot will find a little wiggle so that the sole of the foot is no longer on the ground. So right foot, knife edge of the foot might be on the ground. Option to gaze over the left shoulder. Hands can rest wherever feels nice. Press the left knee away from you. And feel your body growing heavier and heavier. And then inhale, gently roll over the edge of that right foot so the sole of the right foot is sealed to the ground, left knee in the air. Lower that ankle, left ankle comes away from the right knee. Tent your knees together, walk the feet to the edges of the mat. So knees will fall in together for a nice low back release. You can scoot the heels closer to the hips if you like, but your feet will be on the edges of your mat. Hands can rest at your sides, palms up. And then gently, just scoot the feet back in line with the hips. Knees are tracking forward, toes are tracking forward. We'll take 2 rounds of bridge. Palms can be down by your side. You might scoot the hips a little, or the heels a little closer to the hips. You should feel the low back flush against the mat. So slight tilt of the pelvis forward. It'll come up off the mat. The low back will feel a little lift. And then when you draw the pelvis in, feel the low back seal to your mat. So do that a few times until you feel comfortable and stable in the low back. Inhale, press the hips up, squeeze the inner thighs. Little to no weight in your neck. Option to interlace knuckles underneath you, tucking one shoulder and then the other. Press the hips up a little more. You can stay here for as many breaths as you'd like. If you're ready to lower one vertebrae at a time until you come all the way down, feeling that low back on the mat. You can draw the pelvis forward and then back, resetting yourself up for round 2. When you're ready, on your next inhale, you'll squeeze those inner thighs, press the hips up. Staying through the exhale. If you'd like a little shoulder therapy, send your palms behind you, face up to the sky, and then wash them forward. Keep moving them forward and back with your hips up. Hips don't move. And as you're ready, lower on down. At this time, I invite you to take any last movement before we move to our final resting shape. So if there's something you want to do that's two-sided, feel free to take it. But please do both sides. And if anybody wants an offered shape as a last shape, I'll offer a heart opener. And it's a modified fish pose. So you can scoot your palms underneath the fleshy part, top of the butt, so under your sacrum, and you'll draw your forearms close into each other, draw the elbows into each other, slide the heels forward, and just drop your head back. So you'll lift the heart, and then slowly you can draw the chin into the chest, remove one arm and then the other, lowering back down to your back. And we'll come into our final resting shape. Get out any last wiggles. And for your shape, you can have any shape of your choosing. Some nice options can be a traditional Shavasana with the arms long and the legs long. You can add props under the knees or the back or the head, maybe blocks under the knees, or maybe a bolster under the torso and the head can be really nice. Option to take a supine butterfly, drawing the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. If you're near a wall, legs up the wall can be really nice for deep rest. And if you want something more awakening, I invite you to take a meditative seat just as we began. So I'll be quiet soon so you can enjoy your Shavasana. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale, biggest inhale you've taken all day. Exhale, let it all go. These next few minutes are yours for silence and stillness. My voice will gently guide you out, so please enjoy this active rest. Shavasana. In this Shavasana, know that the hardest part sometimes of the entire practice may be this posture, the act of staying still and surrender. If you find yourself aching to move, I challenge you to stay still, stay with it. Allow yourself to receive this rest. Coming back to that 6-count breath if the mind is running wild. Feeling the body grow heavier and heavier as though you're making an imprint in wet sand. If you're ready to move on in your practice, gently find some wiggles in the fingers, wiggles in the toes. And if you're laying on your back, you can rock your head side to side. If you're near a wall, gently come down from the wall unless you'd like to stay and rest more. You're welcome to stay in an extended Shavasana. For those moving on, gently roll over to one side, using your arm as a pillow, coming into a shape symbolizing rebirth from our practice into our day. Allow yourself to feel this shape, feel held, knowing that the universe has your back. We are always in co-creation with the universe. And gently, with soft eyes or closed eyes, press yourself up with your hands. Coming into that comfortable seat just as we began. Feel the limbs grow heavy, anchoring you down, holding you. Relax your hands. Notice any sensations that may have changed. Change of energy in the mind, the body. Maybe an absence of sensation. Coming back into an awakening state. Observe any aromas around you. Maybe a taste in the mouth. Notice the sounds near and far. Quality of light peeking through the eyelids. Notice your breath. Together, we'll take a deep inhale, send the palms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, thumbs to the sternum. I invite you to revisit any intention you may have set for today's practice. Take a moment. Thank you for showing up for your practice today, showing up for yourselves, and sharing your practice with me. It is truly an honor. Together we bow. Namaste.